Hey everyone, and welcome back once again to another episode of my Daily News X, the podcast will bring you the latest, if not the most informative news of the day. All right, so today we're talking about one of the most anticipated movies of 2026, Disclosure Day, directed by the legendary filmmaker better known as Steven Spielberg, which is set to arrive in theaters in just 2 days. Early reviews are already generating enormous buzz all over the place, especially among science fiction fans, UFO enthusiasts, and movie critics. Now, let's ask the big questions. Why did Hollywood turn to Steven Spielberg for a big movie like this? Is this movie really about aliens? What is Emily Blunt doing in those mysterious trailer scenes where she's speaking an unknown language? And why are UFO researchers and online communities so fascinated by this film? If you are big into Steven Spielberg movies, and UFOs, stay tuned because I'm going to be explaining all these questions one by one. But first, let's get into this. When Hollywood wants to tell a story about humanity confronting the unknown, there may be no other director more qualified than Mr. Steven Spielberg, right? He checks all the boxes if you think about it. After all of this is the filmmaker behind legendary classics such as Close Encounters of the Third Kind, E.T. the Extraterrestrial, Jurassic Park, World of Words, and Minority Report. Throughout his career, Spielberg has often explored a common theme. Listen to this. What happens when ordinary people encounter something extraordinary? That's a big question right there. That theme appears to be a very heart of Disclosure Day. What's especially interesting is that this doesn't appear to be a traditional alien invasion movie. No, it's taking a different kind of approach when it comes to this movie, guys. There's no giant motherships attacking planet Earth. There are no armies battling, extraterrestrials across major cities. Instead, Disclosure Day appears to focus on something much more unsettling. I'm going to explain to you what. The possibility that somebody already knows the truth and has been hiding it. So there you have it. The story reportedly follows a cybersecurity analyst. If you want to go ahead and watch the movie, and I don't want to get, just spoiler alert on this, and ruin your movie, you should stop right here, before I continue. So the story follows a cybersecurity analyst who uncovers secret information connected to decades of alien encounters that have been hidden from the public. The information is allegedly controlled by a powerful contractor called Vortex that has worked alongside government agencies just to keep the truth secret. That premise alone explains why UFO communities are so excited and fascinated with this movie. So for years, there's been discussions about UAPs, UFO videos, classified files, government hearings, whistleblowers, and disclosure have become part of the mainstream conversation. So this movie appears to tap directly into those ideas. Now, let's talk about the actual cast itself, because I think the cast is very important. And I think Spielberg took his time, choosing carefully each one of those puzzle pieces. It's like a chess game, right? The first place we have Emily Blunt as Margaret Fairchild. We also have Josh O'Connor as Daniel Kellner, Colin Firth as Noah Scanlon, Eve Hewson, and lastly, we have Coleman Domingo. So many earlier reviews highlight Emily Blunt as one of the film's standout performances. I think she did an excellent job, when it comes to this movie. She's amazing, when doing this type of trailers. I haven't seen the movie yet, so I have to say it's a trailer. Her character begins experiencing strange phenomena and appears to develop a mysterious connection to whatever intelligence is behind the unfolding events. And now we get the scenes that everybody is talking about. Yes, listen to this. Emily Blunt is speaking in what it sounds like an unknown language. If you have watched the trailers, you probably have noticed that. The sounds are unusual. The speech pattern is very unfamiliar. The delivery feels almost non-human. Some viewers online have compared it to some type of insect communication, some type of insectoid, right? And others have connected it to a popular UFO folklore involving a mantid or also known as a praying mantis, like extraterrestrials. But here's an important distinction, guys. I want you to listen to this. Nothing released so far confirms that the language is connected to a praying mantis beings. I want to clear and get out of the way, okay? That interpretation comes mostly from fan theories and speculations online only. All right, just keep that in mind. What views do confirm is that the Margaret begins displaying some type of psychic or extraterrestrial link abilities, including speaking in an alien language. That is very clear in the movie. That mystery appears to be one of the movie's biggest secrets, by the way. So the big question, guys, is what is Spielberg trying to say with this film? What is Hollywood trying to push when it comes to doing this movie with this famous producer? And based on the interviews, reviews, and the themes emerging from the trailers, the answer seems to go far beyond simply asking whether if aliens exist. All right. The bigger question is, who controls the truth? What happens when information is hidden? Who decides what the public gets to know? And how does society react when long-held secrets suddenly become a public knowledge? Those are some of the questions we should ask ourselves, when it comes to this movie. Because Spielberg has reportedly drawn inspiration from recent discussions surrounding UAP investigations and government transparency. I'm pretty much sure that he was briefed, when it comes to before doing this actual movie, about all the information that he can reveal and portray in this movie and say, right? And however, the film appears to use those topics as a backdrop for a much larger story about humanity, empathy, fear, and the truth. And that's why many critics are saying Disclosure Day feels different from traditional science fiction. I don't think it's just another, sci-fi movie, guys. I think it's something different, much deeper. Now, the aliens may be very important for a lot of people in this movie. The mystery may be also be important, what comes after this. But the human reaction appears to be the real story. And that's the main focus, guys, in this movie. Imagine, for example, waking up tomorrow and being shown undeniable proof that humanity is not alone. What if somebody goes to your house and brings you some in front of you on the table, right? Sits with you on the table and says, I have some alien DNA. Or they put, a full body, some type of hybrid alien, different type of skin, color, right in front of you. Would the world celebrate? Would people panic if they see this type of stuff? Would governments lose control of the public itself? Would society change forever? Those are the big questions, guys. Those are the questions that this movie seems determined to explore and to achieve, right? What's also fascinating is how much anticipation has built around this release. It's just amazing how much media coverage is getting this movie, or it's just marketing maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Online communities are devoted to UFOs and explain that phenomena have been discussing this movie for months. If not almost maybe a couple of years. Many fans see it as a Spielberg returning to the territory that made him famous decades ago. Think about this for 1 minute, guys. What would you call one of the most famous producers in Hollywood that I think is almost retired, right? He has made billions, if not, he has probably billions of dollars. He doesn't need to do this anymore. He has plenty of money and come back from retirement just to do this type of movies. Not because he's revealing secrets, no. Not because he's delivering a documentary, because I don't think it's just a normal documentary. I think it's something else sketchy and far beyond this. But because he's talking a subject that millions of people are already curious about and turning it into a grand cinematic mystery. So there you have it. Now, what can we expect in the next couple of days or weeks after the movie release? Well, we're going to see a lot of media coverage. If not, it's already is in place. We're going to see that in TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and anywhere else. Expect spoiler-free reviews. We already been getting those in the past weeks. Expect more interviews coming from Steven Spielberg and the cast. I'm very curious about what they say about this movie. Expect a lot of debate online about the meaning and the ending of this movie as well. And expect a continued discussion about Emily Blunt's mysterious, characters and the strange language she appears to speak throughout the film. Early reviews suggest that her storyline may be one of the emotional centers of the entire movie. So you have to see her how she does in that scene. Our release day approaches, one thing is becoming very clear, guys. Disclosure Day is not as simply asking whether aliens exist. It's asking something far more intriguing than just that simple question. Is it true about humanity's place in the universe was suddenly revealed? We will be ready to hear. Would you be ready to hear this story, right? And perhaps that's the mystery Spielberg wants audiences thinking about once they leave the movie theater. All right, just keep that in mind. Now I'm gonna show you the actual trailer of the movie itself. It's about 2.5 minutes, and I want you to pay attention to this movie because there's some secret behind this movie itself. So watch this, please.
If you found out we weren't alone, if someone showed you, proved it to you, would that frighten you?
Good morning, Kansas City. Let's take a look at
She looks amazing.
Let's today is today's
People have a right to know the truth. It belongs to 7.
This is one of the 5 trailers that I've seen so far.
What is it?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you. So I'm gonna show you.
What are you gonna do?
Full disclosure to the whole world. All at once.
People keep wondering. Encountering the unknown.
They're coming! They're coming!
They are starved for the truth.
Do you think there could be others?
Why would he make such a vast universe? Yet save it only for us?
All right, guys, there you have it. That was Steven Spielberg movie, Disclosure Day. So basically this movie is very expected, you know. If you enjoyed today's episode of My Daily News X, please make sure to follow, subscribe, and hit the like button if you can. If you have anyone fascinated by the unknown, I think you should, you know, tell them to go ahead and see that movie. Well, the next time, stay curious, guys. Keep asking questions. And remember, sometimes the biggest mystery isn't what's out there. It's what we choose to believe. Thank you for coming, guys, and have yourself a great day. See you next time with more breaking news, more information, more hot topics. Thank you for coming, and have yourself a great day. We'll see you next time, guys. Thank you for coming.